Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Paulie, and you are now watching the Prolific Process. Alright, so here I am going to be painting an illustration of a bundle of little flowers. I'm not too sure what these are. My wife could probably tell you, but yeah, I wanted to get into painting flowers because one, I'm not the greatest at it. Two, my wife loves flowers, so I wanted to eventually be so good enough to have her hang up some of my work in the house. And three, I recently, as of last month, attended an artist market in our local botanical garden. And so I wanted to have some material to bring to the show and share a few pieces of my artwork. I was already in the habit of creating my 6x6 cloud paintings that you can check out at the end of this video. But I wanted to have at least a few of these ready for the show because I know a lot of people like having pictures of flowers on their wall, and so I figured why not give it a shot. So I painted this illustration on a 6x6 Strathmore illustration board, and I'm using gouache as my medium of choice. You'll see me later in the video working with pens and colored pencils just to make sure that, you know, either a flare or two, or just like certain colors are in the correct value range, or if I just want to tighten up a little edge that I left a little too loose for my liking. I love going back in with pen just to reincorporate the drawing underneath, and I just love pen. I love working with pen, and so I think this is a part of my style now, just painting and then maybe reworking the drawing back on top of that painting. So today's verse of the day is going to be Matthew 6, and I'm going to be reading verses 28 to 29. And it says, "And why are you anxious about clothing? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. Yet I tell you, even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like any one of these." So this verse is detailing how Jesus doesn't want us to worry about anything because our Father in heaven provides for us, right? But I want to focus on how he describes the lilies and how they are more ornate and decorated than Solomon. Now, if you know anything about Solomon, read it in 1 Kings 10, as well as 2 Chronicles chapter 9, you'll see that for one, Solomon was the richest king and the most wise king because God put his wisdom on Solomon, and he's the richest. Like it describes how, like, for one, Queen Sheba, when she was inquiring on Solomon's wisdom, she saw all his wisdom as well as all of the treasures that he had, and she was breathless. It describes this in verse 5. But even with Solomon being the most wealthiest and wisest king on earth, Jesus describes the lilies being more decorated, more dressed up, and he wasn't arrayed like them. And I just think that just speaks to how awesome God's creation is. And I love taking part in just replicating that with a painting. Obviously, I can't create flowers or anything like that, but I can create paintings of those flowers. And so I just wanted to speak to God's amazing nature and how much of a wealth of just beauty there is out in the world that he created. So per usual, I take off the painter's tape from the corners, from the edges of the painting to reveal a nice, crisp, clean border. Flip around the illustration, and I sign and date it almost like a little journal entry. And yeah, that's the final product. Stay tuned for future installments on this channel, and be sure to check out the previous video where I painted clouds in gouache on this same 6x6 illustration board. Make sure you catch the next video on where I show the painting process of this cloud illustration. Lord willing, I'll see you in the next one, and have a good one. God bless you.